Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Jeff Pittman. I'm Chancellor of St. Louis Community College, and just so pleased to welcome you here to our ribbon cutting for our Early Childhood Laboratory Center at St. Louis Community College here at Forest Park. I'd like to first recognize several of our esteemed guests who are here. First and foremost, Missouri Governor Mike Parson. Jared Boyd is the Chief of Staff for St. Louis Mayor Tishaura Jones. And I'll have several trustees here that I'll identify that are sitting in the front row. So if they stand when I call their name, and hold your applause till I get them all introduced. But Dr. Nicole Robinson, Mary Lukey, Dr. Craig Larson, Annie Marshall, and Dr. Kevin Martin. And former trustee Pam Ross couldn't be here today, but we want to recognize her as her vision for this center greatly assisted in getting all the accomplishments that we realized. And somewhere running around here is Brock Timmons from the governor's staff. And we want to thank, he's outside doing what he does. We want to thank him for helping us coordinate all this. We also have several employees in the audience who assisted in many ways to make this day a success for us. And I just ask that they stand. Dr. Julie Fickus, I know, is somewhere here. Let's give her a round of applause. If any of you, the faculty and staff that are here, were involved in developing the new center, could you please be stand? I know he already stood, but I want to recognize Ryan McKenna because Ryan's been very instrumental in helping us secure funding in a lot of ways. Ryan, let's give Ryan a hand. Well, I'd like to thank you, Governor. Thank you for your support for this project. Overall, we did some extra work in addition to the Child Care Center. This was about a $10 million project overall, but the Child Care Center was $8 million. Obviously, a big part of this effort, well, we basically took a very old building and made it into something very, very useful. So you provided funding. I'll let you talk about that in regards to what you did. But I just want to commend the governor. I don't know if you remember, we met several years ago, and just when he was announced as governor, we attended a prayer breakfast together in West County. I don't know if you remember that or not. But he talked to me about two things: workforce development and infrastructure. And I'm telling you, he has been highly successful at accomplishing those two goals for this state. And I've been in public higher education for 40 years, more so than any other governor for a state, than anyone that I've ever known. And I can say from personal experience, he's also, one goal he doesn't mention is economic development. And I traveled with the governor overseas. We went to Western Europe not that long ago. And I want to tell you, there is not a better salesperson for the state of Missouri than Mike Parson, because he can attract and he can engage with folks in a way that I've never seen before. So we're just so proud and thank you for all that you've done for our state. Well, this is obviously a great day for the children in this region and this area. And we're looking forward to getting this site open in the not too distant future. And putting students first is what St. Louis Community College is about. So in addition to the children, we've also partnered with the zoo, other members of the community to make this center a success. And we know it's going to be full before we even get the thing open. I mean, I can just see how that's going right now. And we want to give our students the ability, and I believe this is the governor's vision, the ability to enroll in college, to get in programs that will lead to high wage careers right here at Forest Park. And to do that with children, any of you in this room that have children, you understand the challenge of getting that done. Trying to hold down a job, trying to keep food on the table, trying to keep a roof over everybody's head, and then trying to go to college. That's a tall order. But being able to have centers like this makes that possible. We also have federal funds to make this center affordable through federal grants. So it's an affordable and sustainable situation for the students going forward. So this plan has really, and this effort has assisted in many ways, and the generations of students to come that benefit from the center are untold. Well, the curriculum, in addition to being an outstanding child care center, we also have an early childhood development program. This center will also serve as a clinical site for that. And it's tough to find clinical sites, but we're educating workers in child care simultaneously. We're providing great child care services. Well, we'll welcome our first children this fall after we're fully licensed. And we've already started registration and probably getting to the wait list here pretty soon. So I'm just looking forward to seeing all the children here, like we have up at Flow Valley, our center up there, and just listening to their sound and watching them run around and have a great time.
To give them an opportunity to be successful in life. Because the two things you gotta have, be honest about it, you gotta have an education, some sort of education, and you gotta have a job. And what is the two things that this college probably represents more than anything with this facility today? Starting kids off, get them an education, and then go all the way up to get them ready for the workforce. That's the vision I had over 5 years ago when I started. And to be able to come and to be able to see the things we're doing now, to be able to fund the things we've talked about. It's great for politicians to get up here and say, I want to do this, I want to do that. But I'm going to tell you the true grit of people in my arena is, what have you done? And are you willing to give the resources for people to be successful and get out of the way and let you be successful? Let you run this. Make sure you're taking care of families. Making sure you really do care about somebody a little less fortunate. The one thing that we've got to do a better job of, and it was mentioned here today when I was asking her how many beds, but how many people you're going to be able to have in here. We've got to do something with daycare for young families. The reality of it is, in the state of Missouri, half of our state are desert areas. We don't have enough facilities to be able to provide the daycare we need. And at the same time, we want people to go in the workforce. If you don't have a way of taking care of the children, you can't always be in the workforce. Somebody's going to have to stay home and take care of the child. So anytime we're adding space to do a better job at daycare, to be able to do early childhood, is a positive thing for all of us, because it will make us better in the end. And when we talk about selling Missouri, again, it was said, here's why this is so important to me. When I try to recruit businesses to come to Missouri, no matter where they're at, whether in the United States or whether they're overseas, I want to tell them the environment they're coming to, the people of our state, because I love this state, I love the people of this state. No matter where you live, that's the way I view this state. But you have to be providing the workforce of tomorrow for those people to invest in the state. You can't just talk it, you got to be able to see it. So let me tell you where this all comes down to at the end of the day with this. Last year, $2.3 billion of investment in the state of Missouri for new businesses and expansions in our state. $2.3 billion. Because we're investing in community colleges, we're investing in training centers, we're investing in our universities. And we're telling high school kids what the workforce of tomorrow is. And maybe not all of them is going to go to a community college. Maybe not all of them all is going to go to university. But they are going to go into the workforce. And give them the ability to have good jobs. To be able to, but it starts in this very facility we're in today, why we're here for this ribbon cutting, because the future is within those children. And I want to finish by saying this. We're sitting in a very nice facility. You've got a great administration here today. We're going to be cutting a ribbon. It's going to be fun to be able to do that. But here's why this day is so important and why you need to remember it. Because all of you sitting in those seats out there, and us sitting up here at this front of this table, we wouldn't have done be where we're at today if it hadn't been people doing things for us. What the generations did before us. I tell you, it is our responsibility to pass that down to the next generations. So someday they sit in our seats. But we've got to give them the opportunity to do that. And I think Missouri is on the fast track, the right track to be able to do this. So regardless how many millions of dollars it is, Jeff, it's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot, I can tell you that. But I'll invest that money all day long as long as we're making this state better for the next generations, because that's what I care about. I've been fortunate enough to live the American dream. I truly have, coming from where I came from, and here I stand in front of you today as governor. But I want the next kid to have a vision. I want them to say what I can do. And the only way they can do that is people like me, you help them to meet those goals. No matter where you live, no matter what part of the state you're from, rich, poor, I don't care. They all deserve a right and should have that ability to expand. And this facility is going to help people do this right here in this facility today. So you should be very proud of it. I'm very proud of it. And I'm going to tell you this, as long as I'm governor, Jeff, and as long as you keep doing things like this, I'm going to keep investing in colleges like this.
So the Child Care Center is $8 million. The governor's office and staff approved $4 million for the construction of it, and another $700,000 to help us with operational startup. So thank you for that. Also in the governor's budget, the previous year was $20 million for our healthcare building. We're getting ready to break ground on at Flow Valley, and that building is going to be pretty much a duplicate of what, I know you've been in our new building here. And it's all about preparing individuals to work in the healthcare industry. You also, this last round, just the session we just completed, $42 million for our Wildwood campus that will have another healthcare building and a technology center there. You total all that up, that is significant, and the timing for us couldn't be better because we passed an additional tax levy about 18 months ago, so we had all these matching funds. So talking about standing in the right place at the right time, I feel very, very grateful and blessed. And certainly this man on my right has made a lot of our dreams come possible and will help us serve the St. Louis region in a way that we couldn't have dreamed about doing in the future. All right, so thank you. Jared Boyd, I want to bring you up. We have a very important partnership with the city of St. Louis. Jared is the chief of staff for Mayor Tishaura Jones. Can't thank him enough for being here today and thanking the mayor for her support.
Good afternoon, my name is Jared Boyd. I have the pleasure of serving as Chief of Staff to Mayor Tishaura Jones, who wishes that she could be here with you today, but she had another engagement. But she did want me to mention that she's actually an alum of the Early Childhood Center here at the community college. When her mother was enrolled in classes here, this was her preschool. And I can only imagine, I'm a parent of two. And if you all are parents, many of you remember the first day that you dropped your kids off at daycare after you or your partner had maternity or paternity leave. And the pain in your stomach when you had to let go of this thing that is so small and so precious and give them to a complete stranger, right? Are you serious? You want me to leave my child here with you? Who are you? But this type of place, this state-of-the-art facility with world-class instructors and people who care will meet those parents, those students, those employees, and ease that pain. And not only that, but those children will see their parents striving for their dreams. The governor mentioned that he has built a lot of his reputation on infrastructure and workforce development, and I provide him with kudos. He helped secure $2.5 million in youth jobs for the city of St. Louis in the most recent legislative session. So I want to thank you for that. But community colleges are where I see an intersection of workforce development and infrastructure. You look out, you see the highway, it's infrastructure. It takes people, takes us to where we want to go. Childcare is infrastructure. And this historic investment recognized the fact that childcare is infrastructure. It is essential to our society. You can go where you need to go on a highway. People at community colleges are trying to get to their dreams. whether they're going to be a healthcare professional, someone in advanced manufacturing that's skilling up, or someone who wants to be a chef. They are getting to their dreams. And childcare for far too long has been a barrier for those folks getting to their dreams. So at the intersection of infrastructure, at the intersection of workforce development, is dreams, our dreams. And that is what this center provides for the families that are trying to get to their dreams. So on behalf of Mayor Tashara Jones, an alum of this illustrious institution, who saw her mother walk with her and drop her off as she was on her way to bettering her family, it is my distinct honor to salute you, your staff, the governor, and everyone who made this day possible, and all of the kids who are going to see their parents chase their dreams. So thank you, and we look forward. The mayor has put $4.5 million in ARPA funding to early childhood centers, and some of the students who come through this facility are going to get early childhood grants with $2 million in ARPA funds. So we are aligned with the governor, we are aligned with community college, we're aligned with the community in supporting early childhood in our community. So thank you for everything that you all do.
One, two, three.
First of all, good afternoon, and thanks everybody for being here. What a great day it is for the community college to be able to expand the daycare opportunity and open up this facility for students and then for working families in this area. It's one of the visions we had many years ago that we were going to try to really move into the daycare situation and how we can help the families across this state. So it's great to be here at St. Louis Community College. We're awful proud of this, the leadership they have here, and what a great example they're setting for the future. So it's good to be here today, helping young families out, making sure we got childcare.